Okay, this was what Monday looked like in Madison, Wisconsin. This was Tuesday in Madison, Wisconsin. This was Wednesday in Madison, Wisconsin. This was yesterday in Madison, Wisconsin. And this was today in Madison, Wisconsin, in the state capitol building. This is getting bigger, not smaller. Madison police say 40,000 people at the state capitol today. The ongoing protests in Wisconsin against the governor's effort to strip union rights from public workers is a story that is growing and that is not going away. Usually at 10 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night here on MSNBC. After me, there's stuff about prisons. Hey, no judgment. But tonight, after me, 10 o'clock Eastern, there will instead be a live edition of The Ed Show direct from the heart of these protests in Wisconsin. The so-called Wisconsin 14, the 14 Democratic state senators, including our guest earlier tonight, Senator John Erpenbach, who have fled the state to deny the Republicans a quorum, thereby preventing them from passing the union stripping bill. Those senators are still out of the state and out of the reach of state law enforcement, which could compel them to return to the Capitol if they were in the state. Union leaders for public employees say, as they have all along, frankly, that they are willing to negotiate about wages and benefits and all sorts of financial concessions if the state needs them to balance the budget. But what they are not willing to do is to stop being a union, to give up the right to be organized collectively as employees, as a group, to negotiate the conditions under which they work. In conservative media, protesters in Wisconsin are being described as rioters and thugs, which is kind of hard to square with, like, the kids holding signs saying things like, hands off our teachers. But there you go. One of the conservative groups that organized the really raucous town hall meetings against health reform in 2009 and early 2010, that same group is calling for conservative counter-protesters to come to Madison tomorrow. And you know who else is going to be showing up, according to his latest tweet? The man who I think is still pseudo-professionally known as Joe the Plumber. Just what Madison needs. Right in the thick of it in Madison right now is my friend Ed Schulz, who continues the best coverage that anyone has had of this story on any network and in any medium. On most February Fridays throughout history, there are a lot of people out, meaning in somewhere, having a good time. Tonight, they are out, meaning out, in support of people who work for a living and their right to have unions if they want to, strong unions, even if they want to, even if Republicans in government don't want that. Here comes The Ed Show. Have a great weekend.
Wisconsin. Here we are because they are here. Workers, Wisconsinites, Americans under assault, protesting peacefully in the greatest of American traditions. This crowd and this story has me fired up tonight. I just want to clarify one thing. Spring has not sprung in Wisconsin. 1 week after Governor Scott Walker announced his plan to gut the middle class of Wisconsin, we saw the biggest protest to date in the capital city of Madison. A crowd of nearly 40,000 people jammed the Capitol grounds as the national media spotlight has shifted to here, the Badger State. The protesters were more vocal and passionate than ever today. Take a look.
We both took a vacation day, so we're burning our personal time and our own personal money to come here and support Wisconsin.
So it's that important to you?
Absolutely.
My pension for this year, I don't care. Have me chip in for my health care, I don't care. What we need is we need the right to be able to defend ourselves in our schools.
A dramatic moment late this afternoon inside the state capitol. State Assembly Democrats marched through the building, slapping high fives with protesters and delivering a letter to Governor Scott Walker demanding a meeting.
We have rights. We have rights in this country, and they will be abided by. It is outrageous, absolutely outrageous.
But if you want to know why there are 35,000 people here, look at yourself in the mirror, and how about a little respect, at least to your colleagues?
National Democrats are stepping up their support for these great Americans. Last night, during this show, Nancy Pelosi sent me this tweet to show solidarity with the protesters. Today, she stepped up in front of the cameras and told the rest of the world this.
I stand in solidarity with the Wisconsin workers fighting for their rights. Especially commend all the students and young people leading the charge again for fairness and for opportunity.
The state assembly started debate on Walker's bill today, but adjourned without a final vote on it. They'll be back on Tuesday. That bill will go nowhere unless the Wisconsin 14 end their holdout and cross the state line back into the great state of Wisconsin. Governor Walker pulled a heavy-handed political stunt when he sent state troopers over to the home of Senate Democratic Minority Leader Mark Miller. Fox News sent a camera over to cover the stunt, but everyone knew Miller wasn't home. Miller appeared on this program last night from an undisclosed location in Illinois. After all of this political theater, the largest employee union in the state proved they were serious about ending the standoff. Wisconsin State Employees Union Executive Director Marty Beal offered to concede the money issues to protect their right to collectively bargain and organize. Beal said, quote, "We are prepared to implement the financial concessions. We will not be denied the right to join a union." Governor Walker barely looked at the offer before he flat out rejected it. He put it this way during a late afternoon press conference.
We can't expect for our 72 counties, for our 424 school districts, and for more than 1,000 municipal governments across the state of Wisconsin that somehow magically, because a few people are suggesting they might be willing to come to the table now, that we can ensure that every district and every jurisdiction is able to achieve these savings just because a few people are now at the 11th hour claiming they want to negotiate.
Bottom line here is that the unions have smoked this governor out. His rejection undoubtedly proves this isn't about the money. Walker's only target, his only target, is destroying organized labor as we know it. The governor has spent the last week running his mouth over on Fox News, lying about Wisconsin's fiscal crisis. Now he just walked away from getting all the money he has wanted and all the money he has asked for from these working Americans. Karl Rove was right. This is all about killing the union so Republicans will have a clear path in 2012. Walker doesn't care about the money or these people standing with me here tonight. Take a listen.
The folks outside have every right to be heard, but there's 5.5 million people in this state, and certainly the taxpayers of this state have every right to be heard. We're not going to allow for 1 minute the protesters to feel like they can drown out the voices of those millions of taxpayers all across the state of Wisconsin.
Walker is either lying or he is plain ignorant of the facts. A new poll shows 51.9% of Wisconsin residents disapprove of Walker's plan. Only 43% support it. Folks, this story isn't going away anytime soon. Walker will never make a deal with these people who are standing behind me. These great middle-class Americans are never going to give up the fight. Now it all comes down to the Wisconsin 14. The only thing standing in the way of Governor Walker fundamentally changing the lives of these great Americans are 14 brave, patriotic public servants. And you can tell by this crowd standing out here in sub-freezing temperatures tonight. Now I know why the Packers won the Super Bowl. You can handle this weather. And they're loving it. Are you loving it? I mean, you know why they're loving it, America? America, they are loving it because they know that they are on the correct side of the issue. They know that this is about fairness. They know this is about what America is all about, the right to collective bargaining. And this was proven today when one of the largest unions in Wisconsin with 23,000 members stepped up to the governor today and said, you know what? Okay, you take the money. We'll pay more. That's what they said. We'll pay more. But you got to take collective bargaining off the table. Within hours. What did the governor do? He not only called a press conference, but he came out and dissed these people is what he did. This isn't about negotiation at all. This is about a clear-cut victory for the right wing. They want a clear-cut victory for the right wing to take down collective bargaining in the great state of Wisconsin. And I'm putting my money on these people. They're not going to be backing down. All right, folks at home, get your cell phones out. Now, y'all get your cell phones out right here. I want to know what you think. Governor Walker rejected the union's offer of financial concessions. Tonight's text question: has Governor Walker revealed that his only interest is union busting? Text A for yes. Text A for yes. Text B for no to 622-639. We'll bring you the results later on in the show. You see, folks, when you're out here protesting and you're freezing, you got to have a positive attitude and you got to have a sense of humor about it. Because it has been a long week for these Americans. It has been a long week. It's been a grueling week. Many of these Wisconsinites have been in that Capitol day after day, night after night, showing this country, showing other citizens around America that they're not going to let labor down anywhere in America. They're not going to let wage earners down anywhere in America. And there may not be an election tomorrow. There may not be an election next week or several months away, but this is how you win. They are showing America how you win. Joining